Radio Free Cybertron.
Transformers.
Rewind.
This week on Transformers Rewind, Sky-Byte saves the day from Robots in Disguise.
It looks as though Megatron has been using the Psycho Probe to pry information from Dr. Onishi.
Optimus, what are they searching for?
I'm not certain, but it must have something to do with the research Dr. Onishi had been doing just before they kidnapped him. We have to locate the missing O-parts before the Decepticons did.
The CGA Tower is truly in a class by itself. Predacons, it's time to seize the day! Glory will be ours at 3:15 sharp this afternoon. Everyone!
Digit laser! Right laser! Left laser!
Optimus, the Predacons! They've just attacked the new tower!
Assemble the Autobots, Ty. This is an emergency that calls for the build team.
Hey, you little weasel! You want a piece of this?
Ah, how cute! The talking dump truck!
Hey there, that's high-capacity vehicle to you, my furry friend. Now tell me, after you're destroyed, are you willing to donate your parts for charitable construction?
Well, he's for real. And how?
You fools! Watch! Distract! Distract! Distract!
What if the Predacons wanted the...
If they wanted what, Ty?
You know, the
The O-parts?
That's precisely what I mean! And now, you control what happens to my hostages! The old parts or else! Don't make me fill in the blanks!
I'll bring all we have.
Hey, do we know what an old part is? Nope.
Good news at last. For reasons no one can explain, the Predacons are actually helping keep the tower up.
Sky-Byte is our hero? I don't believe it.
Huh? Let's go, Sky-Byte! I believe in you! You're doing a great job! Don't give up! Keep it up, Sky-Byte! You can do it!
Hey, wait! Why would they like us?
They're cheering. For me, I've never been cheered for in my entire life. I wish Megatron would cheer for me once.
Sky-Byte, the Foundation's ready.
Thanks, Optimus. We're on our way.
Everybody get ready. 1, 2, 3.
I won't be able to transform again for 3 weeks. I need a chiropractor.
I'm kaput.
You can scratch yourself now, Sky-Byte.
You're right.
But one thing, Sky-Byte and the Predacons were going to destroy the building. Why did they decide to help the hostages after capturing them?
Who knows? But I'm glad they did.
Now this is the life. Yeah, it's a good life when you don't have to carry around a 2-million-ton tower. Man, that was an unnecessary day. Why on earth did we go through all of that? Oh yeah, the O-parts!
Yeah, so Sky-Byte Saves the Day is a...
Sorry,
is a,
I just can't stand Riz.
It's a fun series, and it's a fun episode.
And Neil Kaplan, I think, does a phenomenal job as the voice actor for Prime.
I'm sorry, he gets a phenomenal what?
I think he did a good job as Prime, especially in this episode. There's one part in this episode when he's speaking, and I can't tell if if Optimus Prime is just, ignorant or not clueless, or if he's being serious or he's being sarcastic. And I think it was when he was, oh goodness, I think Scourge was telling him something, and oh god, what was it? I wish I didn't write it down. But he was telling him that he wanted to go and he wanted to give Sky-Byte the O-parts. And Scourge is like, no, you're not going to do that. It's like, oh, that's okay, but I made a promise. I really need to do that. And it was just kind of, he made a joke, I think, but I couldn't tell.
I can't remember the line offhand.
But yeah, but it's just, I like Neil Kaplan as Optimus Prime. I don't know that it would work in any other series. I mean, he certainly wouldn't work in Prime. But
his Optimus Prime has absolutely nothing going on, and that's not a slight against Kaplan. I don't mean like Kaplan's Prime. I mean RID Prime has nothing going on. Like, he is the archetypical Japanese Autobot leader. Noble burning courage, and that's it. There is nothing happening with that character.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like a checklist. Befriend small children, save child's father,
be red.
But going back to something that McFeely said in the be read yes, in the episode of Rewind that we did about Master Force, like the B-level baddies really do get a lot of personality, and they get a lot of personality in Red, and the dub really helps it out as well. I love this episode. I mean, really, it focuses around Sky-Byte and the Predacons. And I really love Sky-Byte. He's my favorite character from Red, hands down. He's one of my favorite Transformers characters ever, too.
He's runner-up for the Hall of Fame last year, bro. Let's get him in there this year.
Yes. Hey, if he does, maybe we get Peter Spelios back again.
Yes.
That would be great.
So, what McFeely? What are your thoughts around the episode?
Well, I think we can't start this without mentioning the very important thing about this episode, which is that you damn Yankees never got
it.
this.
We didn't get it.
No, this never happened for y'all.
Yeah, because of 9/11.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because it features like an episode.
To be fair, it's an episode about like attacking the world's tallest tower. Okay, I get it. I'll give you that.
This was going to air the week after, basically.
No, this would have been months later.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that we didn't get, Brian, was where Galvatron shows up crashing through the building.
That's right. That did air. That did air later.
That would only have been like that was going to be like 3 days after 9/11.
Yeah,
and they did air, but then that, and then like that and this are just illustrative of how badly Robots in Disguise suffered for its time, because like. It's just a cruel coincidence that these two episodes, are the absolutely key episodes to kicking off the O-Parts plot. Like, the first episode that got bumped was the one where they find Dr. Onishi's microchip. And that's the one that leads them to the Cave of the Dragon later on in the series. And it's that's where the O-Parts plot starts. But nobody knows, so then whenever this episode doesn't air in America, then they're talking about Dr. Onishi's microchip suddenly, and you're left going,
What's that?
What? Where did that come from? What? Huh? And then, I don't, at this stage, it's all, Robots in Disguise is another one of those animes that just kind of gives up after a while and just does one big story that's chopped up into bits at the end, so I can't remember when it starts, but suddenly at one point, as per the dubbed schedule, everybody's talking about O-Parts, and you're like, what's an O-Part? Where did this come from? So then, whenever they eventually created the clip show, the first clip show that was supposed to have aired around the episode 13 mark, but wound up airing in the middle of the O-Parts story in the late 20s, they actually seem like they deliberately recorded the dialogue differently to try and explain at least where the whole O-Parts thing began. Because this episode is where like they're mentioned for the first time in actual dialogue. Except and this is what I was talking about in the Cybertron segment, is that it's still remarkably ham-fisted as an introduction to this mysterious plot goes. Because you've got Ty and Optimus Prime standing around in the base going, yeah, O-Parts, I know it's a terrible thing. I know, yeah, I know, seriously. And the whole audience is going, explain! But they never do. And the only reason that it gets out beyond that is because Sky-Byte bluffs. But it's almost short of Megatron actually then saying in the next scene, nice bluff, Sky-Byte, you wouldn't know, based on the way the dub is done, if Sky-Byte is supposed to be bluffing or if he's just forgotten the name of something he already knew about already. Until the very last scene where he scratches his head and goes, gee, I wonder what the O-Parts are, wank audience, I recite, they'll be back next episode. It's yeah.
It's not even a bluff. It's like
the idea is that it is supposed to be that he is trying to coax Optimus into inventing something of value, to coming up with something of value.
Yeah, in that sense. But it's like it's not even a bluff in the sense of like I don't know, like it's worse than a bluff because it's just sort of like a thing.
It's like the wrong word, It's
it's like give me a thing.
What I want.
Just give me a thing that you got. And the Autobots, and that's like part of the problem. It's like Optimus is dumb enough to go, oh, you mean the O-Parts thing?
That's the one. Yep, that's them.
That's it. That's gotta be it. He's like, oh, what could be the most important thing I could give you that I have?
You know what? Optimus
Have it named.
isn't even dumb enough to do that, though it's Ty who has to actually coax him with little hand gestures into telling Sky-Byte what it is that he might want.
Both dumb.
Well,
I mean,
you
but
can say Sky-Byte was. I say you can say Sky-Byte was fishing for something and he caught something.
This seems like an entire... I mean, that's like part of my problem. This is like an entire series of people not knowing what the hell they're doing. Like, the Predacons don't know what they're doing. The Autobots don't know what they're doing. Megatron sort of knows what he's doing.
Megatron knows what he's doing, sort of.
But the Decepticons don't know what they're doing.
They don't care what they're doing, though. That's important.
But well, yes, they don't care. But they don't know either. It's just like a whole series of people bumbling around in the darkness.
Now, hold on. Now, this is episode 22, and the O-Parts haven't been a thing before now. And they get Dr. Onishi back, and he's able to explain to them what they're doing with the O-Parts 5 episodes from now. So it's not like they spend a whole series bumbling through not knowing what they're doing. This is only a thing for like a 5 episodes.
Point, though. I mean,
Wacky adventures!
Yes.
They knew what they were doing.
Exactly. I can sort of see. I see what JD means as a fan of the series. You know, it's not necessarily. There's not a lot of depth to it. I mean, it very much falls in line with the previous couple of Japanese series, like Beast Wars Second and Beast Wars Neo. It's just there. It's there to sell toys and to have wacky adventures on screen, and to be colorful and make kids laugh. It just so happens that we got, I think, an inspired dub. And if it wasn't,
I mean, if that should have been dubbed like straight, well, I mean, it could never be straight because obviously it's a comedy anyway.
Yeah.
But if they hadn't gone out of their way to rework the dub to have some slightly more Western humor in it,
like all the stuff with the Little Red Sports Car, if that hadn't been done badly, that would have just been really creepy.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been really creepy. So no, I mean, the series, the source material is really thin, but it's just such a fun show, and I just like with this episode especially with Sky-Byte, feeling like this sense of fulfillment when all of the hostages start cheering him on. I'm like, that's awesome because I've been there. I know exactly how he feels. I can really relate to Sky-Byte. Sadly,
I've tried to do something horrible to people and then had them like me for it.
How do you think I got married? I mean, it's true. So, it's Sky-Byte's such a great character. The other Predacons, I mean, to me, I've never really, I don't necessarily differentiate between them.
No, they are 3 parts of a whole.
Yeah, but Sky-Byte is just this sort of great, unique character, and he really, to me, drives the series.
I mean, even their attack is 3 parts of a whole. I mean,
left laser, right laser,
center laser.
Because it's the only one left.
But I think ultimately, what we really get out of this episode and in general is that JD is just wrong.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Don,
I'm fine with that. You know what though? Is that the point is that I have such apathy for this series that I don't even care that you think I'm wrong, because it's like I don't care about it enough to even fight for it. I just don't care. I think maybe it's not that I hate the series, it's just that I have complete apathy for it.
I really enjoyed rewatching it though, just because I haven't watched any Robots in Disguise in ages, and I really enjoy just hearing the English cast of this era, because the dub voiceover world has experienced a very high turnover rate in the last little while, with all the most talented actors going off to work in real cartoons. So whenever I watch it dubbed these days, from the LA end of things, it's all full of people I don't know anymore. So going back to this show from the heyday of the era, and you can hear the cast of Digimon and all those other Saban dub projects, it's just really nice to hear a lot of them again.
It's nostalgia. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who gets nostalgic for actors off the top of my
Wally
head.
Wingworth, that guy that was a porn actor and now he's a super Christian.
No, that's Wankus. Wally Wingert went on to be Ant-Man in Avengers.
No, that's what I was saying. Him and
that other guy. Yeah, he's like an evangelist now.
Yeah, I was talking with him via email, and he's like, "Yeah, I would love to do your show. I would love to tell you about all of this stuff." And
I'd love to. Do you have some time to talk about the good news?
I haven't heard from him in like 3 years.
Well, perhaps not the good news then.
Yeah.